everyone, and welcome to Greta's Yoga YouTube channel. I'm Greta, and today we have a great spinal rotation, spinal flexion. I'm just doing lots of twists to help loosen up the spine and expand the energy and air between the vertebrae. So let's go ahead and come into a seated pose so that we can start with a nice gentle meditation. Once we've gotten down, we can slowly start to calm the body, closing the eyes and placing the hands on the knees here. And we're going to start to slow down, letting go of any worries or fears that we might have brought with us on the mat. Letting go of something that we should have done this morning or that we're going to do after this practice. Letting go of what you have to do tomorrow and just show up 100% present in this moment here. Acknowledging that you've made this time for your practice, for yourself. And then check in with the breath. You might do a few strenuous poses today and you really want to draw on that breath and that foot to earth connection. And maybe we'll set an intention for ourselves. Today's intention can be, I am flexible, and not only physically flexible, but also how are we mentally and emotionally flexible, especially with everything that's happening right now. How can we not hold on to what was and just be flexible to what is? And continue to be flexible as we adapt and change and alter our lifestyles to best suit us with everything that's happening. Again, we can say, I am flexible. And we'll take one deep breath in together, really filling the belly up, inhaling. And then feeling the rise of the stomach, or the fall of the stomach as we exhale, letting everything go, letting any toxins or bad energy we no longer need, that no longer serve us, out. And we can open the eyes here and put a smile on our face. We're going to start by inhaling the arms up overhead and then planting that right hand down as we fall towards the right side, just starting to get a nice deep stretch in the side body here, and then inhaling back to center as we exhale, falling to the opposite side, expanding through the right side body. And then we'll inhale our arms up overhead, reaching nice and tall as we ground through the sits bones, reaching, trying to create that gap between the shoulders and the ears, and then releasing the hands down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to bring our arms out straight in front of us, and we're going to cross the left arm over the right, and we're going to hug our shoulders with our opposite elbows. So this is one variation. Otherwise, we'll again bring that left arm over and then bring that right arm and left arm up so that now our hands are clapping or touching, or maybe we're just here, or maybe the back of our palms are together. So just different variations for our eagle pose, eagle arms today. And then we're going to want to lift those elbows up. So whatever variation you're in, go ahead and lift the elbows nice and high so you're creating nice space between the shoulder blades here. Noticing how this feels. And then we'll exhale, release, bring the arms out long, and then trying to bring our pinkies to touch in the back here. And then inhaling, coming back, bringing the right hand over the left now, maybe hugging shoulders or creating eagle arms on the opposite side. So again, back of our palms can be touching, or palms can be together, or they can be separate. That's okay. Just depends on how much shoulder flexibility we have today. Taking a breath, finding your limit, and then backing off a little, and then we'll release the arms down. Awesome. We're going to come to tabletop pose. So go ahead, get there slowly, intentionally. Spreading the fingers wide as we put the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance apart, creating that nice straight line with the hips here and the thighs. We'll go ahead and start to do some cat-cows, starting to do that spinal flexion. And rotating, exhaling through, rounding through the spine. And then inhaling back up, chest forward, maybe smiling here. Exhaling, pushing into the fingers, into the tops of the feet, chucking the chin towards the chest. And then we'll do one more, inhaling, looking up, and then exhaling, rounding through. We'll go ahead and come back to tabletop here, and we're going to bring our hands out a little bit as we tuck the toes under and send our hip bones up nice and high. Maybe walking the feet out, taking the dog for a walk. Really sinking into each heel as we do this nice rotation. Awesome, and then we'll come to stillness. We're going to spread the feet a little bit wider, and we're going to plant our left hand down firmly as we reach the right hand across and under the body as we try to grab the right or the left thigh or the left shin, or maybe even grabbing that left ankle. Again, I'm on grass, so I don't have the best flat surface here. So just bringing your right hand to the mat. And then once you've found your foundation, we're going to look up past the left armpit, doing a nice twist. It's going to be super intense. We're going to be here for a moment. And then exhaling, releasing. Awesome. We'll take a breath to regroup, maybe walking the feet out again. And then we're going to push firmly into the right palm as we bring our left hand towards the right shin or ankle or earth as we look underneath that right armpit towards the right side. Starting to already wake up the body, maybe start to feel a shake. Exhaling, releasing, back to downward facing dog. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and inhale the left leg up high here. And then I'm going to exhale, draw the knee towards the left elbow. Nice and strong. And then exhaling back to a three-legged dog. And then we're going to inhale, coming forward, and then exhaling, shifting all the way towards the right elbow this time. And then inhaling back to center, or three-legged dog. And then we're going to inhale to look forward as we exhale, step that foot through. Awesome. We're going to plant that back foot now. You can untuck those toes. And then we're going to inhale the torso up nice and tall as we lift the arms up, spreading the shoulders away from the ears, away from the head, and then lifting the hands up, fingertips towards the sky. Drawing that left hip crease back, creating a nice extension in the torso. And then I'm going to exhale. We're going to drop the right hand as we inhale, twisting the left hand up towards the sky. And then exhaling, releasing, planting that hand down. We're going to tuck that back toe as we lift the knee and step back to plank pose. Really strong in our plank pose here, trying to draw the heels away from our body towards the back of the yoga mat. pushing away from the ground here. And then we're going to look forward as we shift onto the tips of our toes and come all the way down to the belly. Beautiful. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders here. We're not going to engage the glutes here. We're just going to engage the core and push the tops of the feet as we lift up just the baby cobra here. And then exhale, release. Again, we'll slowly inhale, coming to baby, baby cobra. And then exhaling, releasing. Taking a nice deep breath in as we come up to baby cobra. And then our exhale, we're going to do a lion's breath. So sticking the tongue out. All right, one more time. And then take a deep inhale and another lion's breath. Awesome. Go ahead, release everything down. Planting firmly into the hands as we curl the toes under, lift the knees, and push ourselves to a plank pose. Again, you can come to your knees and then up to plank pose, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Awesome. Go ahead and inhale the right leg up high, and then exhaling, drawing that knee towards the right elbow here. Nice and strong. And then inhaling back to center, three-legged dog. And then exhaling, crossing over the body as we draw the knee towards the left elbow this time. Hugging in and then exhaling, releasing to three-legged dog. Taking another breath up here. And then exhaling, shifting through, coming into low lunge on the right side. Planting that back knee and inhaling, rounding the shoulders up, rotating the back, and then lifting the torso up as we rise the arms up nice and tall here, sinking that right hip crease back, spreading the fingers, thumbs back, pinky forward. Maybe doing slight curve of the upper back here, creating a nice crescent lunge. And then exhaling, releasing, planting that left hand firmly on the ground as we inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe wiggling the fingertips here. And then exhaling, releasing the hand back towards the earth. We're going to untuck the back knee as we step back to our plank pose. Nice and strong here. Shifting forward, coming down through a vinyasa, or maybe going through, well, your choice of vinyasa. So to the belly, to baby cobra, or going through a chaturanga to an upward facing dog, or meeting straight into downward facing dog. Again, your body, your choice. We'll take a breath here. We'll go ahead and inhale the right leg up this time, nice and high. And then hug it towards the nose, nice and strong. Trying to draw that ankle up towards the thigh here, and then stepping it through. Beautiful. We're going to pivot on that back foot, coming to a 45-degree angle as we engage the thighs here, coming up to a warrior one pose. Check out your foundation. Notice how you're doing. Maybe adjusting the feet as you need to. Really pushing into the back edge of that foot. Bending that right knee. And then we'll inhale the arms up nice and tall. We're going to take the right wrist and the right fingers to grab the left wrist. And we're going to pull this left side body towards the right side of our mat, really pushing into our feet here. Notice how this feels. And then inhaling back to center. We're going to exhale, pivoting on the back foot as we open up to warrior two. Maybe adjusting the distance between your feet here, and then bringing the arms out nice and long, maybe sinking deeper into the thighs here, and looking past that left middle fingertip. Beautiful. We're going to straighten that front leg now as we shift our body towards the back edge of the mat, bringing the right arm up overhead here. Taking a moment, reverse triangle, feeling the stretch in the right side body here, and then exhaling back to warrior two, keeping that front leg straight. We're going to shift the hips towards the left side as we come into triangle pose. lifting that left arm up high, maybe looking past our fingertips here, creating a little micro bend in that front right knee. Taking a breath. Triangle pose. We'll look down, bend the knee as we come back up towards warrior two pose. Awesome. We're going to bring our hands to our hips as we bring this right foot or right toes towards the front edge of our mat, or the lengthwise. So now our toes are both facing the front or the same direction. Woo. And then we can adjust our stance as we need to, as we are coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So our toes can be slightly inwards. We really want to draw into the outer edge of our feet. We'll bring our hands to our waist, and we're going to try to use our thumbs to draw our pelvis down, tucking that tailbone in. Bringing the heart forward. We're going to slightly bend the knees as we hinge at the hips here, coming down. Once we get to halfway, we're going to look up, chest up, and then exhaling, making our way all the way down, planting the hands on the earth. We're going to plant the left hand directly below us as we inhale the right arm up nice and tall, looking past the right fingertips here, and then exhaling, releasing down. Switching sides, inhaling the left arm up overhead, nice and tall here, and then exhaling, releasing down. Taking a moment here, breath, noticing how you're feeling. Maybe trying to grab opposite toes with your peace fingers. Maybe trying to draw the head closer towards the earth here. And then using your hands on the earth to push yourselves back to halfway, looking up, drawing the hands towards the hips again, and then coming all the way back up. Now look straight ahead, trust in yourself, don't look down. You're going to bend the knees and then hop to the center of your mat. Don't look down, but if you did, it's okay. Awesome, notice how this feels here. Taking a breath, and then we're going to step to the top of our mat once again. Go ahead, inhale the arms up overhead, and then exhaling, folding forward, letting the head go, stretching the legs, the backs of the legs here. And then we'll inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, folding forward, planting the hands. We're going to step both feet back to plank pose. Notice how we feel here. And then shift forward, look forward as we come all the way down, going through vinyasa, coming to the belly to baby cobra, or maybe going from a chaturanga to upward facing dog, and then exhaling to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a breath here, we're going to plant that right foot firmly down as we inhale the left leg up high. Exhaling, drawing the knee towards the nose, and then stepping through. We're going to pivot on that back foot, coming to a warrior one stance. Engaging the thighs here as we come up, find our foundation nice and strong, and then raise our arms up overhead. Beautiful. We're going to grab that right wrist with the left hand now, and we're going to twist or pull the right side body towards the left side now. Stretching in the right rib cage, feeling the expansion here. Breathing in, and then we'll inhale back to center. Maybe looking up a little bit, creating a nice stretch in the upper back here, and then we're going to pivot to warrior two. Awesome, I'm just going to switch sides to face you. So we're still in warrior two on the left leg. Nice and strong in our warrior. Checking out our foundation, making sure we feel okay. We can see that front big toe, and then looking past the left middle finger. And then we're going to straighten that front leg as we lift our left hand up to stretch the left side body here, coming into reverse triangle. Notice how this feels, using that right hand for support on the back leg. And then exhaling, we're going to keep that left leg bent or straight as we hinge the hips out right, coming into triangle pose. So drawing that left hand, the left fingertips towards the mat as we bring the right hand up, making sure we're not falling backwards or forwards, but we're creating this like nice rotation of the whole rib cage, creating this nice strong straight line with the hand. Breathing, just really pushing into the back of the foot here, the back of the right foot. And then bending that front knee, looking down as we lift back up to a warrior two pose. We'll be here for just a breath. And then we're going to pivot that left foot to again have our toes facing the length of the mat. And we're going to pivot or the heel toe our feet in just a little bit. And we're going to draw our heels towards our body, feet away. We're going to come into goddess pose. So noticing how this feels for you, you really want to keep your shin bone straight in one line as we sink down into the pose. And ideally you want to keep your back straight up so you're not falling over. You can bring your feet closer together, maybe opening your feet more, or maybe bringing the distance, just checking in with what works for your body. My goodness, this ground slopes a little bit. We can draw the hands towards the thighs for some support here. And we're just going to rock back and forth a little bit, noticing how this feels, maybe feeling some heat in the thighs here, in the shins, in the calves maybe. And then we're going to draw our right shoulder down towards the middle of the mat, coming to a twist, looking out towards the left side. And then inhaling back to center here. We're going to switch sides, drawing the left shoulder down and looking towards the right. And then inhaling back to center. We'll do the twist one more time. And inhaling back to center. And exhaling, twisting towards the right. And then inhaling back to center. If you feel up for it, you can go ahead. Bring the heels up, maybe do a quick yoga pose. Whew, I'm a little too shaky for that right now. And then we'll straighten our legs. We're going to bring our arms up overhead, creating this nice star pose. Radiating lots of energy, lots of power here. And then release the hands down. Again, we're going to look straight forward. We're not going to look down as we hop to the center of our mat. Again, if you looked, it's okay. Since my ground is a little bit unlevel, I'm just trying to find a good spot since we're going to come into a balancing pose. Awesome. So we're going to come into eagle pose. So what we did to warm up this morning are eagle arms. We're going to do that in this pose. So different variations. You found what felt good for you earlier, so you can continue to do that. So we'll start with the left leg planted on the earth. So really find a flat, preferably spot, and ground through the four corners of your feet here. You can go ahead and bring the hands to the hips, and we'll get our foundation first before we build up from that, right? So we'll go ahead and maybe come on to the toes of our right foot here, finding a nice focal point, and then lifting that right leg up to a 90-degree angle, maybe rotating the ankle here, just checking in with your balance, maybe needing to come back down to lift back up. And once we feel good, we're going to draw that right knee or right thigh over the left, and then we can plant our toes, our right toes, on the earth here on the outside of the left foot. Or if we feel good, maybe we're going to try to draw the toes around the shin, the back calf of the left leg. If this is too much, we can just have the right foot past the left shin. And then we're going to try to sink deeper, bending at the hips here. This is not a good spot for me. think I'll just come off the mat. Okay, so I hope you're finding where your position is. And then we're going to use our arms, and so our left leg is the base, so we're going to have our left arm as the base as it comes underneath the right arm here. So we can grab shoulders, or we can find that variation eagle arms. Making sure we have a nice focal point. Breathing into this, you're doing great. It's okay if your toes again are on the earth, or if you have your arms, your hands on your shoulders. So wherever you are today, breathe into it, sink a little bit deeper. Hinging at the hips here, trying to keep that knee to not go past the toes. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper. You got this. And then with control, slowly release the arms, stand up, slowly lifting the right leg back up, and then planting it on the ground. Beautiful. How was that? Okay, maybe shaking out. So we're going to switch sides. So again, finding that flat spot that feels good for your foot. Checking in with yourself, knowing how it feels. That feels pretty good. And then we'll bring our hands to our hips and come up onto the left toes here. Checking with the body, noticing how that feels. And then maybe we go ahead and lift that left leg up, the left foot up, and rotating the ankle here. Again, finding your focal point. And then once this feels good, go ahead and cross that left leg over and finding maybe to the earth here, or maybe wrapping around, or maybe just bringing the left foot to the shin. There's a big lump of dirt right underneath my arch as I push into the earth. So that wasn't very comforting. So hopefully you found your spot. And so if you have, we're going to bring right leg as the base, so right arm underneath the left as we grab shoulders or create this twist or bind in the arms. We can go ahead, sink into the sits bones here. We really want to hug the legs together, really creating one strong trunk as we hug the arms together. We're not having two separate legs here, two separate arms, but finding two or one whole strong piece. Sinking a little bit deeper. You got this. Hang on. Again, toes can be on the earth if that's more comfortable to you. Sinking a little bit deeper. And then with control, releasing the hands and bringing that foot up, hands to the waist. And then slowly, with trust and ease, planting that foot down. Awesome job. Go ahead and take a moment of gratitude for yourself. Maybe coming back onto your yoga mat if you're not there already. And we're going to step to the top of our yoga mat once again. We'll inhale our arms up overhead. And then exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. And then exhaling, forward fold. Planting the hands, you can step or hop your way back to plank pose. We'll go through one more vinyasa of your choice, or you can meet us in downward facing dog. Awesome. Go ahead, take a nice deep breath here, in and out. On your next exhale, we're going to do another lion's breath. So inhaling in deeply and sticking the tongue out. One more time, lion's breath, inhaling in. And awesome. Go ahead and drop the knees down, bringing them as wide as the yoga mat, bringing the toes to touch as we sink the hips down and draw our forehead towards the mat here. Walking the fingers out towards the top of the mat. And taking a nice moment of surrender here. feeling the support of the earth here. Checking in with how the body feels and how you're doing in this moment. Sending love and appreciation to yourself. And we'll take one more deep, relaxing breath here. And then using your hands to push yourself up, we're going to come to a seated position. So again, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're just going to come into a little twist. So bringing the right hand to the left leg here as we swim the left fingers back and look out towards the left side. And then we'll inhale back to center and taking the twist towards the right side now. Really pushing into that right fingertips, not collapsing in the arm here. And looking out past the right shoulder. And then releasing back to center. Go ahead, inhale the arms up overhead. And just do one more stretch like you're reaching for the stars or you're reaching for something that you really want. And then exhaling, releasing the hands to heart center. Closing the eyes. Taking a few moments of stillness and gratitude. Sitting up nice and tall, rounding the shoulders down and back here. Thank you so much for showing up, for sharing your practice with me, for sharing your space, your time, and your energy. Go ahead, bow down the head. May the light in me shine in honor, and the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you.